Let's talk about allowance for kids. And I'm not talking the typical like $5 for mowing the lawn allowance. I'm talking about actual like semi-hardcore type allowance. And here's why both you, the kid, if you're watching this, and your parents want to do this, because it teaches not just money, but life lessons about how to be responsible with money. And parents, I promise you, if you stick to this, it will make life better for you too. Here's why. So in our household, we had the kids come up with whatever they thought their chores should be. Make your bed, early on it was like brush your teeth, clean your room, that kind of stuff. As they got older, now it's, hey, help with dishes, both load, unload, and all the other stuff you can think of. Help with laundry, all that stuff. So you make the list. You then assign a dollar value to it. I would suggest pick something, whatever you want to do, $1, $2, $3, $5, something like that. And parents, don't just stay with me here. Don't think, oh, I'm going to pay my kid $20 to do kind of just normal stuff. Here's the deal. In our household, if you don't do those things, so if I'm unloading the dishes, which I haven't done in a very long time, if I have to unload the dishwasher, instead of the kid getting $2 for loading and unloading the dishwasher, they get minus $2. So if they don't do the task, if they don't make their bed, if they don't do the laundry, if they don't do whatever, not only they get minus whatever that dollar amount is. So even though their potential could be, hey, 30, 40, 50 bucks at the end of the week to say, man, if they did all these things, maybe if the kids really really humming and doing all the things they should, maybe they do get the 30 bucks, and good for them. And parents, again, if I have to ask my kid to do these things, that's a minus. So you don't have to be that hardcore. I think it just helps, because if I have to ask you, that's the same as me doing it almost to some degree. So I shouldn't have to bug you. They should proactively do this. So here's the other catch. So you think, oh my gosh, my 9-year-old doesn't need $30 a week. Okay. We do 30% goes towards investing, 20% goes towards savings, and 10% goes towards charity. So parents, if you do the math, 30%, 20%, 10%, that only leaves 40 bucks left over at the end, or 40% rather, at the end of the week for what they can truly spend. So on a $30 work week, they only get 12 bucks total allowance. And when we go to the movies and they want to buy popcorn, their allowance. We go, if they want to get ice cream or they want to get, you name it, a toy, they have to pay for it. So I like the app Greenlight. So Greenlight's a bank. I forget who the bank is that backs them. I don't get nothing from it if you guys want to download it, but Greenlight's awesome because each kid has their own debit card. They even got to pick a picture of them and their cousins on the front. It's awesome because they can then go in and every week they total up their total, and then they come and they do their own math and say, here's how much goes to investing. And on Greenlight, you can buy fractional shares. You can buy Amazon, Nike, CVS, Lululemon. Those are some of the things my kids own, and they like watching their stocks. Like, Daddy, I made $2. I'm like, good for you. So investing at least gets them introduced to stocks. They pay attention. They start asking me, hey, is that company public? Can I buy it? Sure, right? So they own these shares. And by the way, my 9-year-old beat me this year in her investment. She bought Netflix when it was like really low, and good for her. But that's what the investing does. And the idea is that they don't ever touch it. And so they keep contributing to it week after week, month after month, and that grows. The 20% savings. So the money that goes in there, we say that you have to identify something in advance that you want to purchase. So one of my kiddos wanted to buy a skateboard. So she had her eye on a prize and said, I want this. You obviously need elbow pads and knee pads and helmet. So it was a substantial purchase. So she had to save up for that. And that's what the savings can be used for. And then the 10% to charity, Greenlight also makes it real easy. They can donate to, they love the WWF, the World Wildlife Federation. They love donating to animals and things like that, and that's awesome. I love it. And what's really cool is I've seen my kids like, Daddy, can I take money from my savings to add more to my charity? I'm like, yes, that is awesome. So I'm telling you right now, this allowance system, it is awesome. Why is it hard? Why does it not happen all the time? It's because you as a parent got to monitor that. You got to make sure every night when they do it, I'm not saying they're being dishonest. Like, yeah, I did laundry. Well, there's no laundry to do today. Or maybe it was like 2 things to put away. That doesn't count. So you do have to monitor it. We initially used a whiteboard. We've now gotten a little more techie. We've made it into like a Google sheet or a Google form. So whatever works for you guys, just try it, stick to it. We tried false start. So 2 or 3 times we tried, and then it finally caught rhythm. We put it on the refrigerator. But I'm telling you, kids, this will get you on your allowance. Adults, one of my kids, bought a big dolphin or wanted to buy a big dolphin for like stuffed dolphin for like 35 bucks. She walked around this gift shop for about 30 minutes just hugging and caressing the thing, and then ultimately decided to buy a little $8 dolphin because it was her money. So it will change their mindset, I promise. They will also not go crazy and wild buying all kinds of candy when it's their money. So I highly recommend it. If you guys have other suggestions or tips, love to hear them. We appreciate you watching this. And if you have any questions about it, reach out to us. If you're not already on mortgagemark.com, feel free to find us there, ask us any questions. And I know you're a kiddo if you're watching this, but if you're an adult and you think mortgage, be sure to think Mark.